Annual Report 2021 to 2022. The ancient classical Greek philosopher and polymath said, "Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny." Consistently holding a position of high respect and appreciation as an academic institution of repute, St. Joseph's Boys High School has today reached a high watermark of excellence in magnitude, renown, and influence, achieved through a vision of seeing obstacles as opportunities. Run by the Jesuits, the teaching and core principles are guided by a spirituality that seeks justice and places great emphasis on forming men and women for others. Animated by the spiritual vision of their founder, St. Ignatius of Loyola, and directed by the ethos of looking after the lost, the last, and the least, the Jesuit fathers continue to profoundly influence the thought and character not only of every Josephite, but also of society at large. Nurtured by the motto of faith and toil, in a healthy environment of holistic development, every man and woman who walks out of these gates is empowered with critical thinking, accentuated by their commitment to the service of others and to a faith that does justice in the world. We are delighted to share with you the highlights of the major events that have formed an integral part of the academic year 2021 to 2022. Despite the challenges caused by the pandemic that we faced for the second consecutive year, St. Joseph's, with its never-say-die attitude, marched on. A special prayer service was held in the school to pray for the souls of those who lost their lives to COVID, all COVID warriors, and those who lost their loved ones. John D. Rockefeller said, "I do not think that there is any other quality so essential to success of any kind as the quality of perseverance. It overcomes almost everything, even nature." And that is the quality that defined the mindset and actions of the administration, staff, and students of this school through the rigors of the pandemic. We enjoy the fruit of our labor. We are grateful and rejoice in another year of academic excellence with 100% results in both the ICSE and ISE examinations 2022. Kudos to the incredible efforts of students, parents, staff, and administration throughout this challenging academic year. In the ISE Science section, out of 70 students who appeared, 63 students secured distinction, 5 students secured a first class, and 2 students got a second class. The school toppers, according to the overall percentage of all 5 subjects, are SJBHS Hassan in first place with 98.8%, Khyati Jain ranked second, scoring 98.4%, and Els Maria Abbey stood third with 98.2%. The toppers, according to the national ranking, calculating the overall percentage of English plus best 3 subjects, are Sana Jose in first place with 99.5%, SJBHS Hassan and Khyati Jain in second place with 99.25%, and Els Maria Abbey and Harshavardhan Patel in third place with 98.75%. We are indeed proud to announce that Sana Jose secured the second rank and SJBHS Hassan secured the third rank in the country. In the ISE Commerce section, out of 133 students who appeared, 121 students secured distinction, 10 students secured a first class, and 2 students got a second class. The school toppers, according to the overall percentage of all 5 subjects, are Hardik Jajodia in first place with 98.2%, N.M. Kaushik ranked second, scoring 97.4%, and in third place, Harsh S. and Meenakshi Sethuraman scored 97%. The toppers, according to the national ranking, calculating the overall percentage of English plus best 3 subjects, are Vaishnavi K. Upadhyaya in first place with 98.75%, Hardik Jajodia in second place with 98.5%, and Harsh S. and Meenakshi Sethuraman in third place with 98.25%. In the ICSE exam, 266 students appeared for the exam. 195 students secured distinction, while 68 and 3 students secured a first and second class respectively. The ICSE toppers are, in first place, Siddharth M. Kotari and Sudeep Xavier Roche with 98.17%. In second place, Mudassir Rahman Neel Shahid with 98%. And in third place, Mudit Bafna and Tejasvi Karanth with 97.33%. The results, given the extraordinary circumstances, are indeed something to be proud of. Another feather in our cap was the news that SJBHS ranked number 1 in Karnataka and number 4 in India in the School Rankings 2021 published by Education World. The school rejoiced with pride and jubilation. We had our moment of pride and glory when our ISC students Rishabh Deveya, Rakshit Agarwal and Swagat Srinivasan batch of 2021 secured Karnataka state rank number 1, 2 and 7 and All India rank number 14, 20 and 62 in the CLAT exam respectively. This was no small achievement. Life is all about continuous never-ending change and improvement. We bid farewell to the Primary Administrator Father Joel Fernandez and welcomed the new Primary Administrator Father Vishal D'Souza. An online birthday celebration was held for Father Vishal. Right from the word go, events and functions of the school continued smoothly online, allaying fears of parents and students of disruption. Keeping pace with the times, the school was delighted to launch its mobile app. The orientation program for the parents of the newly admitted LKG students was held with Dr. Debmita Datta, Parenting and Wellness Consultant, as the resource person. Children are not things to be molded, but are people to be unfolded. The Ignatian pedagogical paradigm is a unique template for education in St. Joseph's. This invaluable model is founded on the belief that education is not merely the transmission of information from teacher to student. Education is meant to be a transformational experience that affects the students on all levels, not only cognitive but also emotional and behavioral. Hence, along with an interactive, collaborative and informative curriculum that forms the very basis of academia, the teacher who accompanies the students in their intellectual, spiritual and emotional development has a very crucial role in the process. The evaluation process includes academic mastery as well as ongoing assessments of students' well-rounded growth as persons for others. While various forms of sport, cultural and creative activities, debates and discussions provide a holistic approach, innovative labs, curriculum-based fests, PowerPoint presentations, and digital smartboard-aided teaching foster academic genius. Go forth and set the world on fire, said the great visionary St. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Society of Jesus, who is the inspiration and force behind the extraordinary selfless work of the Jesuits. It is his guiding principles that motivate the staff and students to follow in the footsteps of the Jesuits, seeking majus or more in all they do. July saw a week-long celebration of this extraordinary man of influence. The online Inigo Fest, with as many as 26 interesting competitions for all age groups, was successfully held. a prayer service and a Eucharistic celebration were conducted on the feast of St. Ignatius of Loyola, which was streamed live. Various co-curricular and extracurricular activities kindle in our students a curiosity and wonder, which in turn arouses an insatiable thirst for knowledge. The many business entrepreneurs, scientists, engineers, and doctors who have walked out of these gates into a future of opportunity and have made a mark in the global arena bear testimony to this. The first international edition of our Science and Technology Fest Transcendence transcended all boundaries and brought passionate and precocious minds together to showcase their talents. The fifth edition saw a record 1,000 plus participants. The SJBHS Intra-School Science Fest Ukrainian 2021, conducted online, was a grand success and helped children discover the joys and mysteries of science and technology. Igniting curiosity and creativity in our children, the Middle School Science and Art Exhibition Number Infinity 2021 had our children journeying online into a world of inspiration and imagination. The 9th edition of SJBHS MUN, an inter-school model United Nations conference hosted as a virtual event, met with resounding success. Delegates engaged in 3 days of debate, deliberations, and diplomacy, proving that power was indeed theirs. The 5th edition of Bifrost, an Inter-School International Commerce Fest, was successfully hosted as a virtual event. It was the second international edition, with over 400 students from 51 schools taking part. 90 judges from different industries, including an international judge from New Zealand, helped make Bifrost 2021 a truly global experience. There were also 3 interesting and informative webinars at the event. The school persistently forged ahead regardless of the rigor and drear brought about by the pandemic. What helped to raise our spirits was melody and song. The rhythm and music of the Inter-School Music Fest Cadence 2021 brought in the festive spirit that only music can. The music festival comprised 18 events with students performing in English, Hindi, and Kannada. Chilgala, a week-long fun fiesta comprising competitions in dance, art and craft workshops and magic shows, along with fun, frolic and laughter, was organized by the pre-primary department to let the little ones know how special they are to their teachers. In these times of fear, anxiety and insecurity, when hate and disunity loom large over the world, 2 meaningful and beautiful videos were released. We All Live Under the Same Sun by the SJBHS ISC Band and The Power of Your Love by the SJBHS ISC Choir. It was the great dramatist George Bernard Shaw who said, "Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything." The school quickly adapted to change and, notwithstanding the challenges of the pandemic, organized a number of webinars. The informative webinar Millets and Me, Key to Healthy Living was very informative. The keynote speaker was Dr. Kadir Wali, the Millet Man of India. Another interesting webinar, Wildlife Journey, with wildlife biologist and author Dr. Neema Manjrekar, was of much interest to parents and students alike. The webinar Growing Microgreens, presented by organic gardening enthusiast Miss Nayana Haji, increased ecological awareness. Eminent sports persons like Mr. Leander Pace, Dr. Wes Pace, and Mr. Arun Lal, and specialists in sports medicine Mr. Sahin Gupta and Dr. Ashok Ahuja participated in the webinar Sports as a Way of Life. Sports Injuries, Care and Management was another informative webinar on a lesser known but vital topic. Dr. Rajkumar Amravati, the head of the Division of Arthroscopy and Sports Surgery, and Dr. Padmanabhan Sekaran, a specialist in movement analysis for injury prevention, were the key speakers. On National Sports Day, an online program In Conversation with the Legends, Ashok Kumar Dhyanchand and Rahul Dravid was organized. Giving importance to the holistic health of the family, the need of the hour in these challenging times of the pandemic, an informative webinar, Healthy and Happy Families, proved to be an eye-opener. The speaker was the Reverend K. Vasudevan. With the children's psychosocial welfare in mind, an online personality development series was organized. The webinar comprised 3 talks: Born to Win by Mr. Sunil Mahajan, Vision and Purpose by Father Royal Nazareth, and Life Online by Miss J.C. George. An informative talk by Father Gerald D'Souza explaining the protocol and protection of minors and vulnerable adults was held in the school auditorium. An online session of the Campus Ministry's Personality Development Program was organized for the students of classes 9 and 10. Father Royal Nazareth, Director, Holy Cross Ministry and the Students' Home, spoke about the vision and purpose of life. In our ongoing effort to aid and enhance the learning of different concepts and skills that would benefit children, parents and teachers, an innovative online knowledge video series, Jnana Mantana, was created by our teachers. The knowledge series, a first of its kind initiative by the school, covered various themes and aspects of life and was uploaded on YouTube. 2 years of the pandemic had left us all, especially children, in a state of despondency, wondering when things would get back to a semblance of normalcy. The students, in association with ESPA, Element School of Performing Arts, unveiled the musical rendition of Unity, Peace, Hope and Fraternity through the song We Are the World, to remind ourselves that together we are the ones to make a better day. Deeply committed to the holistic education of the child, which is the core philosophy of the school, sports and games are an essential part of the basic curriculum. St. Joseph's Boys High School has made its mark on the national and international scene, contributing at least 10 Olympians, 6 national hockey players, and 3 international cricketers. Having built up an enviable reputation as one of the best schools for budding sports stars, the school offers excellent facilities in the Loyola Sports Complex and enables all children to play some sport or other. Unfortunately, the school field, which is usually teeming with energetic and exuberant children, lay silent and bereft of activity. However, a week of fitness and fun was enjoyed by the children and their families in the 3rd edition of Fit India School Week, which was conducted virtually. It encouraged and inspired children to keep fit by participating in various competitions, fun games, and challenges for the whole family. The school organized a throwball match and a cricket match between the staff and the PTA. Healthy competition marked the event and it was thoroughly enjoyed. The 3rd edition of the Arupe Cup, BJES Inter-Unit Staff Sports, was extremely well organized and gave the staff of all BJES institutions the opportunity to participate in a spirit of sportsmanship and camaraderie. The theme chosen was One Love, One World. Our school emerged as champions in table tennis and flash mob. We were runners-up in throwball and badminton. The Hesarghatta Lake Challenge, a 25-kilometer cyclothon organized for the staff of all BJES institutions, saw physical fitness coupled with adventure. The school, in association with iCycle, organized a virtual event, Fitness Forever, open to students and parents on Independence Day. St. Joseph's has proved that despite the pandemic and the various restrictions that ensued, the school has, with creativity, adopting many techniques and adapting to the need of the hour, left no stone unturned in continuing all activities and celebrations, keeping the administration, staff, and students busy and in good cheer. St. Joseph's Boys High School, in association with SCEAD, Space for Children in Education, Art and Development, organized a beautiful and meaningful program to mark International Peace Day 2021. The program stressed the spirit of brotherhood, universal equity, and the importance of harmony for a better tomorrow. The dignitaries present included Limor Bletter, Deputy Chief of the Mission Consulate General of Israel to South India, and Himanshu Varnekar, Chief Executive Officer, Zentree Labs. Recognizing the fact that our survival depends on a greener earth, we pledged on World Environment Day to protect our environment. The theme chosen this year was Ecosystem Restoration. Reimagine, recreate, restore. Yoga Karmashu Kaushalam. To facilitate a harmonious and healthy body, mind and soul, SJBHS celebrated International Yoga Day. Song, dance and a variety of competitions marked the occasion of Hindi Divas. The guest speaker was Dr. K.B. Mullah. August ushered in a sense of patriotism, and the country's 74th Independence Day was celebrated with the joy and zeal of a proud free nation. The morning began with a reverent celebration of Our Lady's Assumption with Holy Mass in the school chapel, followed by the hoisting of the national flag. The school celebrated with patriotic songs, speeches and dances in a special online program. In an insightful online program, which recalls the day the General Assembly of the UN adopted and proclaimed the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948, Human Rights Day was observed. It highlighted the fact that in 2021, the focus is more on how people's rights bring about peace within societies and pave the way to creating a fairer society for future generations. Wherever you find something extraordinary, you'll find the fingerprints of a great teacher, said the educator Anne Duncan. Expressing their appreciation for their admirable teachers, the students put up a meaningful and entertaining online program. The management expressed their gratitude to the staff on Teachers' Day, acknowledging their valuable contribution, especially in these challenging times of online teaching. On the 152nd birthday of the Father of the Nation, we remember the efforts of Gandhiji and his immense contribution not only to our country but also to the entire world, giving hope of freedom to people and countries across the globe. Festooned in the state colours of red and yellow, the school in one voice hailed Jai He Karnataka Mate as it rejoiced in Karnataka Rajyotsava. The online program aroused immense pride in our state, which has contributed immensely to the rich culture and ethos of our country. An informative online program educating and helping us discover the meaning and significance of our Constitution was organized on Constitution Day, Samvidhan Divas, to commemorate the adoption of the Constitution of India. Our children, our greatest treasure, carry the hopes for a brighter tomorrow and the dreams of our happy future. They were in for a treat on Children's Day when their teachers showed how special they are by putting together a special, fun-filled and unique online program in their honor. In fond remembrance of Brother Caligaro S.J., an automated external defibrillator donated by the Reji Shrestha Charity Healthcare Education Foundation was installed. Deck the halls with boughs and holly. This became true for St. Joseph's as we embarked on a week of celebrating the joy and excitement of Christmas. The entire school came together in humble gratitude, prayer and celebration, eager to rejoice in Christmas gaiety. A Christmas tree decorating competition for the staff produced some unexpected results, such as eco-friendly decorations, eating healthy, handmade decorations, and partner the Joy Thomas Foundation, it aims at creating a dynamic and nurturing space which brings out the best of breed STEM in-school programs and after-school workshops to students. It is said that education must assume full responsibility and enter the moral and spiritual lives of pupils. Moral and spiritual guidance has a very important place at St. Joseph's. A retreat for Catholic students and parents was live-streamed. A JESCOL interreligious residential retreat was organized. A beautiful and meaningful Eucharistic celebration marked the end of the year of St. Joseph's. Father Denzel Lobo highlighted the relevance and meaning of St. Joseph, not just as the patron of our institution, but also as the patron of Christian families. The school organized a condolence meeting for humanitarian Father Stan Swami S.J. to show our solidarity for the values Father Stan stood for. A number of students and staff members participated in the candlelight vigil and made sure to step out for Stan. Drawing inspiration from Ignatian principles that afford the opportunity to reflect on the Jesuit ideals of compassion, competence, conscience, and commitment, students and faculty are encouraged to go beyond their call of duty and serve society at large. More than just being academically proficient, they are urged to be unselfish in serving humanity. The school launched the Social Innovation Lab to promote greater social awareness, engagement, and environmental stewardship. While Phase 1 offers a project development approach and an object to engage in critical discussion on a variety of social and environmental topics, Phase 2 explores the setting up of experiential learning centers. Having handled the first and second wave of COVID remarkably well in terms of both online classes and co-curricular and extracurricular activities, the school resolved to face all future challenges in a proactive way. During these distressing and trying times, the school responded to the students, their families, and society as a whole in ways that only a Jesuit organization guided by Ignatian principles could. Samagra, a Karnataka Jesuit mental health care initiative, extended counseling support to the families of our students and others in need of these services. A number of webinars were conducted to educate and guide people. The school counselors were on call to assist and support students. In a very unique way, keeping the Ignatian ideology Cura Personalis in mind, the teachers were involved in a one-on-one mentoring of each student and the family in a bid to extend help of any kind if required. This initiative of accompaniment was hugely appreciated by the parents. The SJBHS Good Samaritan Book Bank was opened, and old but usable textbooks and unused notebooks that were donated were given to needy students. Secret Santa took on a new meaning and significance as the Gift of Warmth initiative saw the school collect blankets and toiletries to spread warmth and Christmas cheer among the needy. Continuing to lend support to Pannur, Manvi and Anikal as part of the twinning program, a group of teachers with the primary administrator Father Vishal D'Souza left for Pannur, Manvi. Every mind was made for growth, for knowledge, and its nature is sinned against when it is doomed to ignorance, said William Channing. The teachers participated as collaborators in an informative and rejuvenating seminar, JESCOL. The seminar was conducted to educate teachers about the Jesuit way of life. It explains the purpose of education, to impart knowledge, skills, and most importantly, attitudes that the Jesuits endeavor to build in their teachers and students. Growth and development through orientations and seminars are an integral part of the school year. A refresher course in understanding the various developmental stages of the child was conducted by Dr. Devmita Datta. The topic of the session was Facilitating Learning in an Early Learner. A staff animation program guided by Father Freddy De Silva was held for the core committee at Xavier Southern, Mysore. In order to stay up to date and with a renewed sense of purpose, a 5-day Jolly Phonics training session was held for the teachers of the pre-primary department. A webinar on discovering phonics was also held. The basic life support training session for the students of class 12 and the staff was organized by the Narayana Hridayalaya team thanks to the Reggie Shrestha Charity Healthcare Education Foundation Endowment Fund and the OBA. With the health of the staff being the school's primary concern, a vaccination drive was conducted in the school with the cooperation of the BBMP. The staff picnic at Mango Mist Resort was filled with joyful recreation and amusement. In a much looked forward to tea with fathers and brothers of the Jesuit Nivas community, the teaching and non-teaching staff got a wonderful opportunity to interact with the rector and other members of the community. In a short and beautiful tribute to a doyen of St. Joseph's, Father Michael John was felicitated on completing his Golden Jubilee as a Jesuit priest. The function was well attended by past and present staff members, old boys, and members of the PTA who all hailed this exemplary past principle. Teachers' training sessions, parenting sessions, and workshops for students are held with the purpose of keeping abreast with a constantly changing world. It is for this very reason that regular PTMs, remedial classes, collaborative teaching, various clubs, public speaking classes, the use of the digital library, and the junior wing of the Cubs, in addition to the Scouts and NCC, have been incorporated into the curriculum. The academic year 2020-21, replete with new learning, unseen paths, and exciting experiences, has paved the way to a new year 2021-22. We are ready to explore, enable, educate, and empower our students to constantly strive for excellence. As we conclude, we take this opportunity to thank our collaborators, the OBA and PTA, the parents, and all our well-wishers. As we stand poised, having completed a year of learning, understanding, and facing all the challenges that came our way, ready to face new demands and make new strides into the future, we recall the words of the famous author J.R.R. Tolkien. Still round the corner there may wait a new road or a secret gate, and though I oft have passed them by, a day will come at last when I shall take the hidden paths that run west of the moon, east of the sun. Thank you.